Hi, I'm Owen at the Penthouse Camera Shop in Tunbridge Wells, and this is a quick video to show the setup of the Acuter GOTO telescope mount. A couple of things before you start. You'll need to download the Acuter Sky app onto your phone, and it's also useful to have an app like Stellarium, which will enable you to line up on individual stars and planets. You also need to level the telescope up. It's got a little spirit level on the top of the mount, and to do that you have to adjust the legs of the tripod. So you do a little bit of adjustment on each one to get it nicely lined up. It does take a little while, but it's worth getting it absolutely level. And here we have the spirit level on the top of the mount nicely lined up. So the other thing to do at the beginning is to line up what you see through the spotoscope with what the telescope sees through the eyepiece. And I think it's easiest to do that during daylight, where you can focus on maybe a chimney or car number plate, something that's really obvious to line the telescope up on. You begin by slackening off the vertical clutch, which is that one, and the horizontal clutch, which will let it move around sideways. Find something in the eyepiece, and then you lock up the clutches, make sure the telescope doesn't move, and then you line up with the spotoscope by twiddling these two adjusters on the side and the top of the spotoscope until you see the same thing as you saw through the eyepiece. When you open the Acuter Sky app, you'll see this screen. We need to go to the Setup wizard to begin with, and then to Connect App and Mount. When you click Bluetooth, the app will search for the mount. It's important you have the mount switched on, or obviously the phone can't link with it. When it finds the mount, it will come up with this message. You don't have to click or press anything. The app will return you automatically to the Setup wizard as soon as it's connected. We now go to course align or start over, and the app has a graphic showing you to wave your phone around in a figure of 8. You wave it around like this for about 10 seconds. This allows the phone to line up properly with due north. You then put the phone on top of the telescope, and if we look at what the phone reading is, the idea is to get that to naught. So I'm turning the scope around. You want the horizontal and vertical clutches just loose, not totally loose, but loose enough that you can move around. I'm going the wrong way there, so go the other way. This is quite delicate, this operation. It's basically finding north. So it will come up to 360 degrees and then it flips to naught when you've got there. It's getting very close now. So now we've got the telescope aligned, pointing at north and level. We've got the phone reading of 0, 0. You press confirm aligned, and then we can go back to the main menu, and it says let's start looking at several bright stars. It lists the objects that are available when you set the telescope up. Usually it will have planets at the top because they'll be the brightest things in the sky. So here we got Saturn, Mars, Arcturus, a star, Vega, another star, and so on. So we'll go for the brightest one, which is Saturn. Press Saturn and then go to, and the telescope will slew around until it finds Saturn. So it's going up a little bit and it's swinging round. So it comes up with Saturn GOTO finished. You'll see at the bottom we've got 8 arrows, and with those you can align, looking through the viewfinder, exactly on the object. And you can go backwards and forwards until you've got Saturn bang in the middle of the eyepiece, and then we will hit confirmed centered in eyepiece, and it comes up with a message, Saturn is centered. If we go back to the list, and we'll pick something that's in a completely different part of the sky. I'm going to go for Vega. So hit Vega and go to, and now the telescope's slewing around until it's pointing at Vega. Vega's much more overhead than Saturn, so the telescope's starting to point upwards. So there we have the telescope pointing at Vega. Again, you use the arrows, top, left, bottom, and so on. The app flashes the direction that it thinks you should move. So we've got the top arrow and the right hand arrow are flashing red. So just a bit of a nudge there and a bit of a nudge on the right hand one. And it, looking through the viewfinder, looking through the eyepiece, I should be able to see that Vega, the bright star, is centered in the middle of the eyepiece. And we'll go confirmed. And you'll see there's a message on screen confirming that the second star, Vega, is centered. 2 star alignment succeeded. And then it says, I can locate celestial objects automatically now. And that's pretty much it. Just one thing, you'll see at the top of the Explore Sky menu, there are submenus like Bayer, Double Star, and so on. I have to point out that the moon and the planets come under the stars menu, which is astronomically a bit wonky, but I think it's not too difficult to get used to. So thanks for watching, and hoping to see you soon down at the Pantiles or at our shop in Sevenoaks.